Show your local news starts right now.
Central Virginia's #1 news at 11. First in high definition. This is NBC 12 News.
A call about an aggressive dog in Chesterfield turns into a loss for another family. And tonight, they're not the only ones trying to figure out just what went wrong. Good evening and welcome to 12 News at 11. I'm Sabrina Squire.
And I'm Kurt Autry. A Chesterfield family wants answers tonight after their 10-year-old beagle was shot and killed by an animal control officer.
The family says it happened right in front of their 13-year-old daughter. Tara Morgan spoke with the young girl and her mother about it, new at 11.
Angie Davis wants the Chesterfield animal control officer to lose his job. She says not just for killing Clifford, their longtime family pet, but pulling the trigger twice, just 2 feet from where they were standing. Ashley White grew up with Clifford. On November 7th, she says she watched him die.
I mean, I wish I could erase it, but you kind of can't.
How could you shoot 2 feet from human beings and injure one of us or kill one of us because the dog is running around?
Ashley's mother, Angie Davis, says they returned home to find Clifford not in his doghouse, but out front, underneath an animal control officer's truck. Ashley says she tried to get him back on his leash.
And I almost had him, and he slipped out his head through it.
Chesterfield police say an animal control officer was in the area and in the middle of putting another dog in their vehicle when Clifford came up to the officer. Davis says her dog has never bit a person or an animal, but Police Captain Steve Neal says Clifford was aggressive and attacked the pit bull. Attempts to separate the two, says Neal, were unsuccessful.
He never once tried to do anything with my dog other than kicking at him.
And he made the decision that the dog had to be shot at that point.
Not once, but twice, says Davis.
He shot him in the hip. The dog fell on the street. He couldn't get back up, and then he bent down and put the gun to the dog's head, up against his head, and pulled the trigger.
Police say they're sorry the family had to go through that, but an internal investigation is underway to determine whether the animal control officer, who's been with the agency for about 2 years, followed the law and procedure. Davis says at the least her daughter deserves an apology. Tara Morgan, NBC 12.
Thanks, Tara. Thieves are targeting cars in Richmond's West End. Police tell us residents have reported 15 incidents in the last week alone. Richmond detectives say many of these break-ins are happening in the area right around St. Christopher's School. That's where we find Laura Geller tonight. She has our neighborhood crime watch. Laura?
Kurt, this is the way a lot of people leave their cars. Doors unlocked, person phone sitting on the seat for any thief to see. Police say half the break-ins since last Wednesday have occurred in cars like this in this area surrounding the school. That's one break-in every day. It's what every cop never wants to hear.
I usually don't even lock my car.
Especially when there's a laundry list of goodies just waiting to catch a thief's eye.
My bag from school, my pocketbook, my phone.
In plain sight.
In plain sight.
And that's exactly what we found when Kim Jessie left her car for less than 10 minutes to pick up her son from an after-school program at St. Christopher's.
I'm usually very trusting.
Apparently, she's not the only one. Police say at least 2 car break-ins happened on this block under similar circumstances. The others in which valuables like wallets and laptops were taken on nearby streets. Police tell us early last week they arrested a number of car break-in suspects. Those people are in custody, and still in the last few days they've seen a number of incidents. So police are stepping up their watch, even adding a designated officer for this 5 or 6 block radius. He'll patrol by foot, bike, and car, stopping anyone who looks suspicious. Still, RPD says citizens need to do their part to avoid becoming targets.
If your car doesn't have anything in it that they can see from the outside, they'll go on to the next one. Hopefully there isn't a next one.
Now, police have gotten some good descriptions, and they say they're putting together a suspect profile, but need more information. If you see anything suspicious, even if it seems minor, they want you to call so officers can come and check it out. You can call Crime Stoppers. That number is 780-1000. We're live in Richmond's West End tonight. Laura Geller, NBC 12 News.
In Richmond's Fan District, 2 men robbed a man at gunpoint last night. This happened as the victim was walking alone on Strawberry Street near Main around 9 o'clock. The 2 men approached him from behind and demanded money. After the victim handed over cash, the 2 robbers fled on foot. There were no injuries.
We're learning more tonight about the man who was murdered early this morning in Henrico County. Just before 6 a.m., officers found 34-year-old Robert Hewlett III inside a home in the 3900 block of Hallwood Farms Road. Hewlett had been shot. He was pronounced dead at VCU Medical Center. He was the son of a retired Henrico homicide detective, a detective with whom we worked closely over the years to solve cold case murders. Tonight, Everard Cassamy is live at the Henrico Police Department with more on that family connection.
Sabrina, former detective Bob Hewlett, he retired just a short while ago. He spent his life trying to solve murders and bring families closure. Now it's his family that's looking for closure and justice. He spent decades hunting down killers, so the news of his own son's murder hits close to home. Bob Hewlett II, seen here, is now a retired homicide detective with the Henrico County Police Department.
We're just getting started on this particular case.
Several years ago, we talked with him as he explained the reality of the job he did. We watched as he sifted through evidence and reviewed the case file on many cold cases in our area. In 2003, he reopened the case of Alex Glantz, a 6-year-old Highland Springs boy kidnapped and murdered in 1980.
We determined that possibly the abductor or the person who subsequently caused Alex's death was the driver of that truck.
Hewlett's efforts helped convict John Crawford of murder in the death of Alex Glantz. An appeal by Crawford in that case was recently denied by a judge. Crawford is currently serving a 70-year prison sentence. Hewlett's son, Robert Hewlett III, was only 34 years old when he was shot and killed. Police tell us his body was found inside the home, but there were signs of a struggle outside. 3 people were asleep in the home at the time of the shooting, including 2 children. Investigators have collected evidence from the scene, but will not elaborate as to what. Right now, police do not have anyone in custody or a suspect at this time. And so far, no word yet on a motive for this killing. We do know that neighbors heard the fatal gunshot early this morning. If you have any information about this incident, you're asked to call police. We're live in Henrico County tonight. Everard Cassamy, NBC 12 News.
The case against a Richmond man accused in the death of his fiancée goes before a jury tomorrow morning. 55-year-old Nathan Randolph is charged with murdering Alnita Randolph Coleman. She was found suffocated in the home she shared with Randolph a day after he allegedly charged at police on Broad Street with a knife. During that incident, police shot Randolph several times. Jury selection begins at 10.
The now infamous D.C. party crashers dealt 2 powerful blows today as their brush with fame quickly becomes a public relations nightmare. Ryan Nobles joins us now with an update. Ryan.
Well, the perception of Michaela and Tariq Salahi seems to grow more negative by the day. Today, Tariq resigned from the Commonwealth's Tourism Board, and the couple was informed that they'll receive a subpoena to appear before a congressional committee. Tariq's membership on the Virginia Tourism Board was called into question almost immediately after the controversy broke. Many state representatives, including the governor, said that they plan to examine his role. Today, he resigned under intense pressure. Meanwhile, he and his wife signaled that when called before a congressional committee that they will invoke the 5th Amendment, which allows them to refuse to answer any questions that may incriminate them. Meanwhile, all of this attention has led to story after story of prior examples of attempts the two have made to get attention and access to D.C.'s elite class. When asked recently about the Salahis, Governor Tim Kaine said that he knew Virginia was for lovers, but also said that it's, quote, apparently for publicity lovers. Ryan Nobles, NBC 12 News.
An 81-year-old Mechanicsville man arrested in an online sting is due in court tomorrow. Irvin Baldwin is accused of using the internet to solicit sex from a person he thought was a 13-year-old girl. Authorities arrested Baldwin in Louisa County. Police say during a month-long investigation, detectives had several conversations with Baldwin. He's facing 3 charges and being held without bond.
With his neighborhood association now waving the white flag, Colonel Van Barfoot thanking those who supported his flagpole fight. The Sussex Square Homeowners Association dropped its threat of legal action, clearing the way for the colonel to keep his flagpole. Today, he read a brief but heartfelt statement saying he'll now enjoy flying the flag without interference.
I also want to thank the neighbors and throughout the country who supported me flying the American flag here in front of my house.
The Neighborhood Association president offered no comment except to say that the association will continue to work with this Medal of Honor winner to try and reach a compromise.
We're learning new information tonight about the community college student who opened fire in a classroom yesterday. Police say 20-year-old Jason Hamilton was angry about his grades and that he purchased a rifle just one day before shooting at his professor. No one was hurt. Hamilton is charged with attempted murder and discharging a firearm in a school zone. He's being held without bond.
Tomorrow, we're expected to learn more about Virginia's efforts to fight swine flu. The state health department is holding a news conference tomorrow morning at 11 to discuss H1N1 and plans to expand vaccine distribution. We'll be following tomorrow's news conference and let you know what state health officials reveal and how it might impact you. Several local agencies will be teaming up to make the H1N1 vaccine more easily accessible to Richmond residents who live in public housing. Starting this weekend, Bon Secours will take its medical caravan into public housing communities to administer swine flu shots. The Richmond Health Department, by the way, providing the vaccine for this effort. The focus will be on residents in the high-risk group, pregnant women, children, and young adults ages 6 months to 24.
The folks who live in Richmond Redevelopment Housing Authority communities often have lots of barriers to access, whether it's transportation or finances or just knowledge of where they can get access to the H1N1 vaccine.
Here's a look at where and when the caravan will stop this weekend. It will be in Gilpin Court this Saturday from 9 a.m. until 3, and in the Fairfield community on Sunday from 11 until 3. More clinics are planned later this month. You can call the Richmond Health District at 482-5506 for more information.
Have you mailed your holiday cards yet? Well, if you want to beat the rush, you'd better get them in the mail before Monday. December 14th is expected to be the busiest mail day of the year. The U.S. Postal Service anticipates getting 1.7 million cards and letters Monday. Now, just to compare, on an average day, it gets about 600,000 letters. The best place to drop off your mail is in a blue collection box or at the post office, not your mailbox.
New at 11, why an accused killer is getting a makeover before going to trial. Here's the after shot that taxpayers ponied up for. We'll show you what he looked like before and why the judge demanded his new look.
And we're looking at some warm numbers yet. We still have temperatures in the 50s tonight, but they will drop off as colder air comes in. It looks like some chillier readings, especially as we get into Friday. And more rain for the weekend that's coming up.
And after the break, the best and worst of a wicked winter storm moving across the country tonight.
Like getting a discount? You're gonna love Mattress Discounters. Buy select Sealy, Posturepedic, or Comfort Source mattresses and get the box spring absolutely free. The difference is the discount.
Mattress Discounters! In the most uncertain times, there are some things we know for sure. There will still be weddings, still be babies, and still be bright futures. That's why New York Life has been helping families plan for the expected and unexpected for 164 years. Backed by the highest ratings for financial strength, we're safe and secure, so you can be too. Give your family the gift of a secure financial future. New York Life, the company you keep.
Considering the thousands upon thousands of shoes and accessories you have to choose from at Saxon Shoes, this is roughly the effect our 25% off sale will have on your closet. The 25% off winter sale, going on now at Saxon Shoes. Better make room for more shoes.
We've got to pass a health care bill.
We have to.
We got to do it.
It's not optional.
But taxing workers' health care benefits?
That's just wrong.
Taxing our benefits will just make companies cut our health care.
And cost us more.
It's not right.
We can't afford that.
Fix health care? Absolutely.
Tax health care benefits? Don't do it.
We need health care we can all afford. Call your senators. Tell them, fix health care. Don't tax our benefits.
Like getting a discount? You're gonna love Mattress Discounters. Buy select Sealy, Posturepedic, or Comfort Source mattresses and get the box spring absolutely free. The difference is the discount.
Mattress Discounters!
You're watching NBC 12 News at 11, winner of this year's Emmy for Region's Best Newscast.
A quick Google search tonight, and you can find some sensitive guidelines about airport passenger screening, and it's right there on the internet. It reveals everything from who can walk through airport security with just an ID to which countries you can fly in from that will trigger extra screening. While investigators try to figure out how this information leaked, 5 employees at Transportation Security Administration have now been placed on administrative leave.
The actual screening procedures are not in that document.
The security of the traveling public has never been put at risk.
Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano claims the document actually reveals very little sensitive information that isn't already publicly available.
More blizzard conditions and sub-zero wind chills are expected across a large portion of the Midwest and New England. A big winter storm is blamed for at least 17 deaths, most of them in traffic. The storm has even closed schools in areas that can normally handle winter's fury. Jeff Morrow reports.
Snow plows and snow blowers are out in force across much of the upper Midwest and Northeast. And what's fun for some,
this is how it should be. This is fine.
Is sheer misery for others.
I hate it. It's heavy, it's wet, and I'd rather be inside with some hot chocolate.
The deep snow is even causing problems for experienced snowplow operators.
Been plowing for about 17 years now. This is probably one of the worst snows I've ever had to plow.
Hundreds of schools across the region have been forced to close, giving students an unexpected vacation.
There's no school, so we're going snowboarding and sledding.
It's not all fun and games, though. More than a foot of snow has fallen in parts of Illinois, Wisconsin, and Iowa, where the National Weather Service is warning of dangerous blizzard conditions.
Big season ahead, you think?
I'm hoping not, but from what I hear, yeah.
It is beginning to look a lot like Christmas across much of the country, but not in Nashville. At the Tennessee state capitol, high winds snapped the state Christmas tree in two. Meanwhile, icy roads and poor visibility have led to countless accidents nationwide. This was the scene near Platte City, Missouri this morning. A slick Interstate 29 forced a FedEx truck off the highway, causing backups. It's slow going in the air, too. Many of the major airports in the upper Midwest and Northeast are reporting delays and cancellations. A sure sign that while the official start of winter may still be more than a week away, the season's first major winter storm is already here. I'm Weather Channel meteorologist Jeff Morrow for NBC News, Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Some people are taking the wintry blast with good spirits. At least 3,000 University of Wisconsin-Madison students took advantage of an unplanned day off to stage a massive snowball fight. Lunch trays were used as shields. A few crazy kids even went shirtless.
And along the Virginia coast, it looked more like a hurricane had blown through. The rain simply came down too fast last night for the ground to absorb it all. Ball fields and farms were covered with water. Several schools canceled classes today because it was just too hard for the buses to make their morning rounds. And to the west of us tonight, flooding there as well. Heavy rain and high winds pushed standing water over many roads, making it hard to get around in Benton. The National Weather Service says creeks and stream flooding were reported in many areas, including parts of Pulaski, Montgomery, and Floyd counties. And of course, we're keeping a close eye on the James River tonight. The water level already approaching 9 feet at the West Ham gauge. It will likely continue to go up, cresting a few feet above flood stage by Friday afternoon at about 12 feet.
Tomorrow's forecast tonight in high definition. This is NBC 12 First Warning Weather.
All right, we've come out of the wettest November on the books, and now we're already heading toward a very wet December, 4.39 inches so far. So we've got a surplus of 3.5 inches, and the month is about a third of the way in. So 2009 so far, over 44 inches of rain now officially. And here at the station, by the way, a little over 60 inches of rain. And that big discrepancy, by the way, comes in the summer months when one area may get a big thunderstorm over and over again and so forth, and some areas don't. But that's the story right now. 56 degrees, still very warm out there. We're slow to cool tonight. 50 over in Louisa, 55 in Fredericksburg. Partly cloudy skies overnight tonight. We've had the return of a few high, thin clouds this evening. So I'm thinking about 36 ought to do it. Temperatures will eventually fall. The winds are becoming lighter now, more like that 13, and those will continue to fall off now overnight tonight. The first warning Doppler radar, clean scan, nothing happening out there, just patchy clouds and so forth. You go a little further out, pretty dry, in fact, flat out dry as far as rain goes and snow, but we've got some snow falling, though, way out to the north and west around Indianapolis, Traverse City, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, and around Elyria, Ohio, seeing some snow tonight. For us, this signals cold air coming in, so we're going to really cool down. Now, tomorrow we'll top out in the 40s, but after that, we're going to have some very, very chilly mornings right into the weekend before our next chance of rain arrives. So for us, the story is going to be the return of cold air before our next batch of rain. So the hour-by-hour forecast tonight, mainly clear conditions. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine, maybe a few partly cloudy skies early on. But tomorrow we expect a pretty nice day. December sun is not very strong. It's not going to dry things out quickly by any means, but at least it'll take the edge off a little bit and help a bit to have a few dry days out there. By tomorrow evening, we're still looking nice and dry. We'll look for a high of about 48 degrees, 37 by 8 a.m., 40s by the noon hour, winds out of the west about 10 to 16 miles per hour tomorrow, mostly sunny, 48 degrees as we get into the afternoon, which is a little bit below average. Now, we get into Friday morning, and that cold stuff in the Midwest translates to about 24 for us, 42 Friday, and then 23 by Saturday morning. 45 Saturday. Rain arrives late Saturday into Sunday. Could start out as maybe a little wintry mix, but that should change over to rain. 44 on Sunday. 51 Monday, more showers possible as we get into next Tuesday, and dry then by next Wednesday. So we still have more rain in the forecast. Kurt, Sabrina, back to you.
Oh.
So many states affected by that Midwest storm. All right, Tom, thanks.
Thanks, Tom.
When we come back, why the state of Florida is paying for a murder suspect to get makeup put on him during his trial.
Today's weather is brought to you by Mechanicsville Toyota. Open 7 days a week, just 2 miles east of 295.
I understand you had your carpet cleaned.
Yeah. That's so beautiful. Just beautiful.
Nice, huh?
Just beautiful.
What did your mom think?
Beautiful. Beautiful like a brand new home.
Want to make your home beautiful? Clean up when you schedule online.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets carpet cleaner.
It's Toyotathon, an event so big it happens only once a year. Now's the perfect time to get the Toyota you've always wanted, with amazing deals on a huge selection.
I didn't get one. We've got more.
Buy a dependable Camry and get $750 cash back from Toyota or 0% APR financing. Or go with a fuel-efficient Corolla and get $750 cash back or 0% APR. It's not just an event, it's Toyotathon. Hurry to your Toyota dealer today.
Here's to discovering that the little things in life are often big things. And that time well spent doesn't always mean money must be spent. People everywhere are building their lives on more solid ground through sound choices and a smart approach to their finances. And they're turning to SunTrust for easy ways to save money and take more control over it. Live solid, bank solid. SunTrust.
If your list includes someone who loves to hunt or shoot, make it a Green Top and Remington Christmas. Through Sunday, you can save 10% on all Remington ammo and take up to 30% off the price of Remington accessories. Take advantage of Remington's fall rebate program that will save you up to $50 on selected Remington rifles and shotguns. And don't forget a Green Top gift card. It never expires. For Remington, Virginia's most experienced people, and great pre-Christmas savings, it's Green Top, where hunting and fishing aren't just hobbies, they're passions.
Say I love you like never before with a gift from Zale's exclusive Shared Heart collection. 30 pieces created to symbolize love shared and everlasting. And your gift of love becomes a gift of hope with a donation to Autism Speaks at Zales.
Deck the store with a red tag sale.
Greg. Red Tag prices on TVs and appliances. Greg. On Sony, Samsung, Panasonic, Whirlpool, LG, and everybody else. A Red Tag sale is now through Saturday. You just couldn't resist, could you? Greg.
The Richmond region is moving full speed ahead with plans to bring high-speed rail service to Central Virginia. Area leaders gathered at Main Street Station today to urge Congress to get on board. Virginia wants $1.7 billion to upgrade Main Street Station, build a third line to Washington, D.C., and increase the speed of those trains. The House has set aside $4 billion. So far, the Senate has only approved $1.2 billion. Local leaders are lobbying to push that figure higher.
We simply want to gently nudge them a little bit and tell them that your friends in Richmond need a little bit of help.
A final vote in Congress on funding for high-speed rail could come early next year. That's when Virginia learns if it's among the few states to receive financing to get moving with the train station upgrade.
A murder suspect in Florida is getting a makeover every morning before going into the courtroom. Why? It's because his lawyer says his neo-Nazi tattoos on his face and neck might be considered offensive and influence the jury. The judge has since agreed and is now allowing the state to pay $150 a day for a cosmetologist to cover them up with makeup. The 23-year-old faces the death penalty if convicted of killing one of his neighbors.
We're back next with sports.
Shop Universal Ford before you buy a Ford or a late model used car. Come see us today on the web or on the lot. Across from Innsbrook, it's Universal Ford, where Fords cost less.
Lots and lots of great gifts. 50, 60, 70% off. That's right. It's the huge holiday sale at Peebles. 3 days only. Shop store-wide super buys. And a huggable gift just $6. Bring home more holiday at Peebles.
With 150 years in education, Averett University understands the needs of working adults. Our graduate and professional studies program offers the most convenient and direct path to earning a recognized degree. We offer the most campus locations in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and students graduate with their bachelor's or master's degree in about 2 years. So what makes our degrees so recognized? Employers know that an Averett degree means that you've been taught by the experts. Averett University, maintaining excellence so you can become exceptional. 800-849-0115.
Like getting a discount? You're gonna love Mattress Discounters. It's the final days of our free box spring sale. Buy select Sealy, Posturepedic, Comfort Source, or Space Age memory foam mattresses and get the box spring free. Twin, full, queen, or king. Your box spring is absolutely free. And it's all backed by Mattress Discounters' exclusive comfort guarantee. Plus, you'll pay no interest and make no payments until 2011. Hurry, sale ends soon.
Hi, it's Jennifer. Let's get dressed for the holidays. Right now at Peebles, it's 50% off fabulous new outerwear. You'll love chaps at 50 off, and it's half off kids' favorites. It's easy to get more holiday at Peebles.
NBC 12 News. First in news coverage. First in high definition.
Sip, savor, and sample the best local wine, food, and specialty gifts at the inaugural Save Our Food Holiday Festival, Saturday, December 12th. Food samples, wine tasting, and live cooking shows, all at the Save Our Food Holiday Festival, Saturday, December 12th, at Farm Bureau Center at the Kings Dominion exit.
Maybe after selling cars for 85 years, it's time that Carter-Myers Automotive should give a few away.
Stop by before New Year's Day and celebrate our 85th with our Just Say Thanks giveaway sales event. Roll these dice to the word thanks and win a brand new car from one of our dealerships.
Visit for parts, service, or year-end specials. A lucky roll and you'll drive home with the best deal of your life. Everyone wins with payments as low as $179 a month for a brand new car.
Carter-Myers family of dealerships, serving Virginia's automotive needs for 85 years.
Hey, Jay. I think my lights are freaking out your dog.
No, it's just that he doesn't like people flaunting their wealth.
But we're not wealthy.
I believe you. But that's a lot of lights.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Sip, savor and sample the best local wine, food, and specialty gifts at the inaugural Save Our Food Holiday Festival, Saturday, December 12th. Food samples, wine tasting, and live cooking shows, all at the Save Our Food Holiday Festival, Saturday, December 12th at Farm Bureau Center at the Kings Dominion exit.
Tonight, the Virginia Union basketball team played host to Chowan. The Panthers started the day with a record of 3 wins and 4 losses this season. The teams met last month, and Union lost that game. The Panthers were looking for a little payback tonight. Let's head over to campus for the highlights. I was at this game tonight. Great crowd out there. First half, Union comes out strong. Braxton Byerson, 3 of his 21 points. The junior out of Thomasdale High School gets the Panthers an early lead. Off the miss, Brandon McDonald Jr. the rebound. And the basket, Union led 34-32 at the half. Hawks tried to stay close. Nate Walchuk for 3. Nate only 5 foot 9 inches tall, but he had a game-high 26 points tonight. Panthers did a good job rebounding the ball. Greg Radford gets the ball and the putback. Greg with 18 points tonight for the Virginia Union University Panthers. There was a block party tonight. Check out Greg Radford as he skies and gets the rejection. Virginia Union wins 69-67, the final score. Radford at number 1 ranked Kansas. Nice play right there by Jeremy Robinson. Under the legs, Joey Lynchford for 3. Radford trailed 22-13. Then in the second half, Kansas with the ball. Elijah Johnson the slam. Jayhawks led by 20. Then it's Cole Aldridge. Kansas beats Radford 99-64, the final score. Let's check the scoreboard. Virginia Tech marches past VMI 98-73, the final, and Delaware over Hampton 55-52, the final score. The Washington Redskins are making yet another change in the backfield. Quentin Ganther will start Sunday's game against Oakland. He becomes the team's 4th starting running back this season. Ganther moves ahead of Rock Cartwright, who started the last 2 games. Saturday afternoon in Charlottesville, Thomasdale High School will play for the Division VI state championship. The Knights will play Lake Braddock in the title game. Teams have a lot in common. Both teams advanced to the championship game with overtime wins in the state semifinals. Thomasdale beat Oscar Smith 20-17 in overtime, and Lake Braddock beat Battlefield 27-24 in overtime. Friday night, William and Mary will play Villanova in the national semifinals. The winner of this game will play the winner of the Montana App State game for the national championship. The Tri beat Southern Illinois 24-3 in the quarterfinals. Villanova beat the Tri back on October 3rd. The final score of that game was Villanova 28 and William and Mary 17. And we take you to Hawaii, where surfers today try to tame 50-foot waves. Waves were so high that after this contest, lifeguards closed the beach to swimmers. No one was seriously hurt during this contest. Once again, 50-foot waves out there. Let's look at sports. Over to you, Kurt and Sabrina.
All right, surfing fanatics.
Apparently.
Or just fanatics, I don't know.
That's it for 12 News at 11. Our morning team back bright and early at 5 a.m.
You can always get local news at NBC12.com 24/7. Up next, Conan O'Brien. Have a great night.
See you tomorrow.
Richmond Ballet's holiday tradition returns to the newly renovated Carpenter Theater. Join NBC 12 for the Nutcracker. Treat the whole family with specially priced $12 tickets. Call the Richmond Ballet box office today. Closed captioning of NBC 12 News is provided as a service by Alabama's Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. #1 value in the country.